Spoiler alert. Kylo Ren is Ben Solo, and he kills his father Han Solo in Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Say what?
Hopefully most of you already knew that. But on this video, I'm joined by Mike from LaughingStock Media. That's whose voice that was. As we that's pretty good. As we talk about whether or not Kylo Ren can and should be redeemed. Because a lot of fans I've been reading on the internet are or were not happy when Kylo Ren Ben Solo killed the most iconic character in Star Wars, a hero for 3 decades.
You killed
Took
Darth Vader?
no, come on. Took his life and put him down under into the light. So some feel that Kylo Ren was being built up as his awesome anti-hero, but after he did that, they don't want to see him get redeemed. They want him to, basically get his comeuppance. So, Mike, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. All right. Everybody check out LaughingStock Media. I'm going to put the link down below for you to check out. So let's talk about Kylo Ren. So Kylo Ren kills Han Solo, and at the end of the film, Snoke says that he needs to complete his training. So Snoke is going to complete Kylo Ren's training either in Star Wars Episode 8 or in the time in between Star Wars Episode 7 and Episode 8. Now, Kylo Ren killed his father as a final jump, seals the deal, finally sealing the deal that Kylo Ren, has fought against the light and has joined the dark side. So in your opinion, should Kylo Ren, the killer of one of the most iconic characters, should he be redeemed, and can he be redeemed?
I mean, I think so. Honestly, I think that, he killed Han Solo, sure, but, Darth Vader killed Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Obi-Wan Kenobi has had more films behind him than Han Solo did when you count the prequels, so,
No, yeah, but Obi-Wan Kenobi died in 1977, man.
Yeah, I know, but, when you think about it, just, I don't...
Han
I know...
Solo's an iconic character.
I don't see the problem with him being redeemed, to be honest. I feel like that's what the entire thing is building up to. I just feel like, yeah, he killed Han Solo, who is the coolest fucking guy in the galaxy, other than
His father.
Wedge. He killed his own father. But, when you think about it, it just seems like this has kind of been done before, in classic literature. This guy goes back.
Shakespeare.
He kills his own father. Yeah, Shakespeare, definitely. And it's a space opera. You have this guy do this horrible thing that everyone in the crowd reviles him for. But then eventually you see through him and you see his struggle and you see him cracking that facade of darkness. And he goes so far to the dark side, but he still realizes that there is good in him and he still can come back. And that's kind of one of the big themes of Star Wars too, when you think about it. The whole thing happened to Darth Vader. He didn't kill his mother. He didn't kill his father because he didn't have one, but he killed lots of other people. He killed Samuel L. Jackson,
Yeah, he killed children. Now, the thing is, though, with Force Awakens and Kylo Ren is that his character's backwards. Whereas Vader tried to fight the darkness, especially in Return of the Jedi. Well, he was trying to fight the light then, too, but in Revenge of the Sith, he was trying to fight the darkness, but he gave in, which was kind of bad writing, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get into that whole thing. Really, the question is...
He went from really good to really bad in 5 minutes.
Pretty much, man. He went from wanting to, begging and pleading to arrest, almost arresting the evil Sith Lord to killing children in like 5 minutes, but that's neither here nor there. Kylo's backwards. Kylo is actually, he wants to be a person that has no compassion. He wants to be a dark side user. He wants to go completely into the dark side. We don't know why yet. Hopefully the literature and Episode 8 will reveal it, but it's kind of backwards with Kylo Ren. He wants to be dark, and he felt like he had to kill his father to completely become dark. So, you're saying that he can and should be brought back to the light. Now, my question to you is this. The rumor is, of course, that Daisy Ridley's character, Rey, is playing the cousin. Rey is basically the cousin of Kylo Ren, that she's the daughter of Luke Skywalker. That's been the talk now since the movie came out. Yeah. So, is she the one to redeem him? Because I feel like if Luke, Han, and I guess Leia, she hasn't really tried yet, but Luke and Han have not successfully redeemed this guy, what like, how would Rey do it? What could Rey do? Like, do you think that's what's gonna redeem him?
I feel like
Like if you were booking this thing, basically.
I mean, I feel like that's probably going to happen. I feel like honestly, this whole thing is very like. I mean, we've only seen one movie, and that one movie took many story beats from the first movie, so we kind of feel automatically that it's going to take more beats, from Return of the Jedi and the next movie or the movie after that, and try and redeem Kylo Ren. But I mean, we don't really know. Like, there's rumors going around about what Benicio del Toro's character is going to do. And maybe if he does, that, are we going to talk about that in this video or no?
Well, it's up to you, man. We can talk a little bit about it, but it's mostly about Kylo. I mean, how do you think he's going to factor into Kylo becoming good?
I mean, like, if he just like straight out kills Snoke, who is Kylo Ren's master, and he just like kills him, like, I feel like the connection that he's going to have with Snoke is probably going to like erode, and there could be a possibility for an opening for Rey or someone to come in and be like, show him, like, if Rey trains with Luke, show him the true, meaning to be a Jedi and all this other stuff, and get to him and get to his heart. I think the best thing that Rey would do would be to walk up to him and say, "Hello, my name is Rey. You killed my uncle. Prepare to die."
It's another freaking classic movie.
But yeah, I mean, like,
Rob Reiner.
Anyone who wants a peanut. But I don't know. Like, I don't know where this is gonna go, because like, for all we know, in the next movie, like, everything's gonna change, because like, a lot of people don't remember this or didn't really notice this because they're too obsessed with the whole comparison to A New Hope. But the first movie, Episode 7, also took a lot of stuff from Empire too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it took some stuff from Jedi already.
Yes.
Yeah, so like the whole conflict, and then him picking a side. That's from kind of from Revenge of the Sith.
That's a common theme in Star Wars. Now, if I'm put you on the spot right now, because to me, there's two different things that can happen. Yeah. Number one, Kylo never turns back. He's the villain of the saga. He eventually kills Snoke and takes control and becomes the real final boss. And Rey has to strike him down at one point or another. Therefore, killing off the last of the Skywalkers, except for her, if she is the cousin of Luke, because he would be the last one, and because Luke's probably gonna bite it, probably. I don't know for sure, but the other thing is that Kylo realizes that what Han Solo told him in Force Awakens is true, and that Snoke is using him, he is manipulating him, and Kylo will eventually turn and kill Snoke, and then in the process maybe sacrifice his own life, because to me the only way it's going to work for him to go to the good side is to really do like what Vader did, and that sacrifice his own life essentially to kill Snoke, to kill the greater evil. But do you think that they'll repeat that story beat? And more importantly, well, maybe less importantly, because I have a feeling that if they repeat that, it's going to get criticized up the wazoo.
Yeah.
It's like the same story at this point.
I mean, I feel like if they already, like, that's the whole point I was trying to make before. I feel like if they already ran through, like, every story beat in the first movie, for all we know, we're entering completely entered territory. You know what I mean? Like, for all we know, these next two movies are just gonna be so completely different. Like, they might just use that formula of Star Wars in the first movie to try and play it safe and make sure that Star Wars would still be a hit and would still resonate with audiences, and they can just do something completely different. Like, we have Rian, the dude who did the Fly episode of Breaking Bad, and Ozymandias and whatever, and we also he also did like movies like Looper, which are just completely different from anything in Star Wars. So like, you bring this dude in, like, I don't think that we're going to get a traditional movie out of him. I think we're going to get something that's pretty different. So
yeah, but that's for Episode 8. I'm assuming that if he does get redeemed, that's going to be Episode 9, correct?
I mean, it's very possible, but you never know.
Yeah,
like, they might not go in the trequel, in the whole trilogy thing, because like they always say trilogy, but
well, I mean, it could be that Kylo gets redeemed.
Why is everyone so obsessed?
Well, I'm saying it could be that Kylo gets redeemed in Episode 8, and then Benicio del Toro and Snoke are the villains for 9, and then it's Rey and Kylo. I just feel like maybe that's not enough time for Kylo to really, get
Episode
sympathy.
8 6 hours. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. But I want to know people's comments down below. Do you think that Kylo Ren should be redeemed? Do you think that he will be redeemed? That's kind of the question I want to pose out there. We've already seen the redemption of Anakin Skywalker. Do you think that they're going to follow the same trajectory as they did with Anakin in Episode 8 and 9, or will they do something different, and will Kylo end up being like a much bigger dick? Because the seeds have already been planted.
Here's the main question, though. If Kylo turns good, will they fix his face? Because you can't have a good guy with a fucked up face in Star Wars. They always got to be pretty.
Well, that's why I think he's gonna end up dying if he turns good. If he turns good, he's dead.
He's
think.
too ugly to be good. That's basically the story of Star Wars. Unless they're blonde hair and blue eyes with a pretty face, they're gonna die.
You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. That seems to be the story, right?
Yep.
Check out Laughing Stock Media, folks. Let me know your thoughts below. I'll catch you down the road.